It's a new year and I have a new bullet journal. Hello, everybody. It's Bob, and I'm setting up my 2026 bullet journal. And if you're someone who loves planning, stationery, or just romanticizing your life one spread at a time, you're definitely in the right place. This setup is all about trying new things, less pressure, less rushing, and more space to actually enjoy the process of planning. So, whether you're planning along with me, looking for a little inspiration, or just here for the vibes, get comfy, grab a drink, and let's set up my 2026 bullet journal together. I've selected a traveler size for 2026. This is from Notebook Therapy. It came up in the 2024 Lucky Bag. It's called Moonlight Enchantments. And that cover is just giving soft, magical nighttime energy. I chose Travelers because it feels less pressure, like I'll actually use it this year instead of just admiring it, and hopefully won't reach a slump again. Also, it has cream pages, which is gorgeous. I have also done my grid spacing because this size is a lot smaller than I'm used to. So I'm starting off my cover page with this brown paper that comes in a Take-A-Lot packaging and I've just cut around it with the zigzag scissors that I have. I also had this glitter cardboard from P&A that I used my Cricut to cut out 2026. I wanted it to be a very minimal spread. I wanted it to feel grounding. So every time I open my journal, I want to be reminded that it's okay to slow down, to rest, and move through the year with intention instead of urgency. And I feel like I've got that, but also the maximalist in me is just crying. Also, I have bought this glue. It's craft glue, I think. And because I've always struggled with like boards or hard, like thick paper in my journals, this works amazing. It hasn't budged. It hasn't moved. I'm so glad that I bought it. And also I bought the biggest one because it was on special. I did decide to maybe add some flowers so it looks less plain. I decided to use the left page of the journal to do a little drawing that represents my word of the year. This drawing is inspired by a stamp that was in that lucky bag in 2024. And it had this window. And I had the idea of that window, and on the windowsill, I was going to put the word of the year. And it didn't come out looking like that, but hey, it's fine. It doesn't make me squirm, so it's good enough. Also, I did use the left page. So this is the first page. It's where your name usually goes on the other side. And usually people do paste this together, but I don't really have a problem with my journals breaking or anything of that sort. So I am okay with using that page. I did notice that some of my pens did bleed through, but you can hardly notice it on the first page. For this windowsill, I used a coarse marker. It's a metallic marker for the curtains, and the sky was a blue tombow. And I tried adding details with the red, but because it's on a metallic marker, it wasn't really showing up very well. I also wanted to try to add stars and a moon that's way too small, but it's fine. My word of the year is pause. I actually have a really bad scattered brain. My brain moves at a speed my mouth cannot catch up to. So this year I just wanted to be reminded to pause, count to 10 before responding, breathe, relax. You don't have to answer things or respond with urgency. And also, I wanted to honor creativity. Last year I hit a really bad slump where I just lacked the energy to do anything else other than work, gym, eat, sleep, repeat. So that's why this year is going to be different. Touch wood. Next spread is my future log. It's calendars for the entire year. It's where I'm going to jot down public holidays, birthdays, etc., etc. And I'm going to use the same cardboard, glitter cardboard from P&A that I've used for the 2026 in the title page. But I'm going to come back to this because here's the plan. I want to do waterfall tabs. Because of the traveler size, I cannot fit much calendars on one page. So this future log is actually spanning 6 pages for the entire year. Now, I actually don't think that I'm gonna use this journal for the entire year, but I do want to jot down things like, for other months. So when I'm setting up another journal, I will remember. The stamps I'm using here is from Ikigai Papier. It's part of the advent calendar for 2025. And let me tell you, I am so happy with these stamps. I have been looking for good months and days of the week stamps. And these ones are good. Usually with silicone stamps, I've noticed, the ones I got of Temu, it doesn't really stamp clear. You have to erase it a little bit beforehand. So it kind of made me not want to stamp or use it at all. But these ones are legit. I love the font. It's very header-esque. So I will be using this as well as the days of the week, which I really needed. I really needed days of the week stamps. Now, when it comes to a future log, previously I've always split the spread into 2 because I had the space to do it in a bigger journal. One always had the calendars, but the other was more for when did I last. I do a lot of recurring things during the year, like buy dog's food or visit a doctor, and I need to maybe check in after 6 months, etc., etc. So I just want to not jot that down. Yeah, and my tweezers broke. But that's fine. I never liked it anyways. So yeah, I was a bit worried about the space in this journal. 6 spreads already for the calendar, plus adding a when did I last seems a bit excessive. So I try to fit it all on one page. So far, it did work. You won't see me fill in like the holidays, birthdays, etc., etc. here, but I have already done it, and it's fitting. Yay, yes. So I think I will continue this method moving forward. I'm also including week numbers. I like week numbers. It helps me see where I am in perspective of the year and how much I've progressed. So even in my weekly spreads, I include the week number. I don't know why it helps, but it just does. I'm using that same blue Tombow to do highlights. This is where I'm going to add in the days of the week. I have decided to do something different this year. I am starting on a Sunday. We don't really practice Sunday starts, although South Africa is we consider Sunday the first day of the week. The work week and everything else still starts on a Monday, so it does get confusing in conversation, and I've always started on a Monday before. But all of the apps, the calendars on my phone, everywhere, it's all Sunday start because it's synced to South African time zone. So it gets very confusing every month when I have to do my bullet journal. And for that, on both my reading and bullet journal, I'm going to start with Sundays. And let's see how confusing that gets for me. I'm taking back that red cardboard that we cut earlier. That's going to be on our first waterfall tab. It is thick, it's cardboard, so I'm cutting it so that it doesn't run across the page, so that the middle spine doesn't have to be super thick or gets chunky. And I'm using my new bestie, my craft glue, to stick it. It's so good. I wish I bought craft glue before. Look at it, it's stuck. Now, I bought these scissors and I wanted to use it. It was the whole intention for this waterfall tabs is that I wanted it to be weavy tabs. How cool, right? No, because the scissors first of all is blunt and the scissors second of all is too chunky, so it didn't get through half of the page. So I had to resort to just cutting a straight line, and I had to cut the actual cardboard because it was a bit too thick for the actual waterfall tabs. I wanted there wasn't going to be enough space for the washi behind it. Onto the washi behind it. I wanted it to be a very plain washi, and I'm using this basic grid pattern. It's the closest one I could find that matched the cover blue, because it needed to be like a dark blue and look good with the red glitter. So I'm just putting that before I cut the second waterfall tab. I'm taking this thick washi tape. It's this newspaper washi. I don't know if I should call it washi because it's not a washi texture. It's very thin. I got this from Bubblegum Fringe years ago. It's a local store here in SA. And I thought it would be good fit for the red and the blue that's already on the page. And I was right, but I did cut it a bit too short. So I'm going to add in a piece at the end. I'm not sure what happened because the idea was simple. 3 tabs, 3 washi tapes, 1 glitter, sorry, not a washi. But it just didn't end up looking right, and I had to go back and add in this grid washi everywhere. I've also added that plain grid washi tape on the other side of the page. It touched my J in June, so I'm trying to cut that out. I know it looks weird, but it's fine. Anything for the J. And then to end it off, I'm adding the blue washi on the last page as well because there was a bit too much of space there. Next spread is for resolutions and wins. I'm going in with that thick newspaper washi and I'm done with it. I'm so happy. I had to show you my victory crush of the roll, but it was a bit hard, so it hurt my hand. Don't attempt at home. My plan is to cover this entire page with this washi and then cut out the small blocks. This page is for my resolutions and wins. So I want to write down my resolutions for 2026, the things I want to focus on, improve, and just be more mindful of. And the other side, I've left space for wins. This is something new this year. Wins or achievements. These could be small wins, big wins, quiet wins, anything worth celebrating. So I want to pair these two together because it reminds me that growth isn't just about goals, it's also about acknowledging how far I come. So at the end of the year, reflecting upon this is going to be the biggest difference, because you never really remember throughout the year all the tiny things you've achieved, or even the big things, because maybe it doesn't align with your overall goal. That's what I want to note here, which will make such a good reflection at the end of the year. I used my craft knife to cut the boxes out, and now I'm just refining it. I'm now using my Copic marker, my marker pen. It's fine nib inking pens, multi-liner set. This is in the size 8, and I'm not going to do the headings on this page just yet. I'm going to come back. I'm also going to try to round off the corners, and on the tabs I forgot to use my round paper trimmer to actually round out that corners. I think it looks a lot better with it being rounded. So now on the next page, this is my Shark Week tracker. It's a basic period tracker. I must apologize, my camera did turn off because it overheated. And this is my first time using it, so I didn't realize that's a thing that it does. But basically, let me walk you through the spread really quickly. It's very simplistic. It consists of a grid. Each column is the month of the year. And on the side, I'll put the numbers for each date. And I have a key that will tell me the flow. So I just want to track my flows and when I actually have it. Because, yeah, I do have PCOS and I think it's important to track anyways. This is the part where, things just magically got okay. The washi tape that I used on the top is from Notebook Therapy. It's a very old whale set, I think, or dolphin set, actually. Okay, this is the exciting part. I'm trying out the Cricut iron-on in my journal. Weird, I know. Usually this is done on material, but I did ask the Cricut person at one of the shows, and they said it will work. So I'm trying it out, but I didn't know how long. Also, I'm not very experienced with Cricut or iron-on in general, so I didn't know how long I needed to actually heat it. So it's a lot of trial and error right now. You'll see me come back to do it again. I have red foil iron-on from the Cricut brand, and I've already cut it out with my Cricut and weeded it. Weeding iron-on is so much easier than weeding normal vinyl. I am so sold. The one thing here is that this font is kind of thick. I think next time I need to choose a thinner font, because you'll see at the end of the videos I did have a bit of issue with it not being sticky enough on the page. So that's sad. I am using my Cricut Mini Easy Press to glide through it. I think you can use a heat gun here. It just needs to be hot enough. People also use normal ironing stones. Irons. Is ironstone still a word? I don't know. Anyways, people use irons as well. I think it's just harder to regulate the temperatures. At first, doing this, it will warp the page, but don't worry, it will come back to normal after the page cools down. And that white paper that you saw me use in between the Easy Press and the headings is butcher paper. I think you can use lunch wrap as well, or just parchment paper, but I couldn't find it, so I just bought the butcher paper. Alright, we're on to our next spread. And this is going to be my stats per month. Now, also a new thing that I'm doing, but because I'm trying to be a bit more consistent on all social media, and just be present, because, yeah, enjoy the things that's current and trending. That's my vibe. So I want to just log those stats. Not that it matters, but it helps at the end of the year to see progress or where you've dropped off as well. Like, I just want to see those stats. So on here I have 3 columns, and those columns are going to be for my weight, because I do a weigh-in every month. It's going to be for my Instagram followers and my YouTube followers, subscribers. I don't think people who follow you is a great metric of how well you're doing, but I've said, like, okay, I'll write down the followers for that month if I am active for that month. So at least then I'll know when I've dropped off, because last year I did drop off all social media, even my personal one. I just didn't feel like posting anymore. So if that's the case, then I won't put the followers in. I would put something different, like not active or something like that. It's a trial and error thing, and I'll get it right eventually. On the top for decoration, I'm using this washi tape that came in that lucky bag of 2024, and I'm gonna layer the heading on top of it. Okay, the fun part, the part where we can iron stuff on. I'm using the butcher paper again in between my easy press and the title. I forgot to mention, I am using my easy press on the first heat setting. It's working so far. I'm assuming since paper is thinner than most material types that the first heat setting should be sufficient. So let's see. The next spread is for my theme ideas. So anytime I think of a fun monthly theme, color palettes, vibes, concepts, I'll jot them down here, so I'm not scrambling for inspiration every month. It's like a creative brain dump of sorts. And I wanted it to be very simplistic. Again, it's just going to be 2 columns of second row highlights. And so I wanted the design or the decoration to be also very minimalistic. I usually do fill these spreads up quite a lot. I think of very weird things at different points in time. And yeah, I do refer to it quite often. This spread is for theme ideas as well. It's more theme planning, and I got this idea from one of Jeshi Karan's videos where she has this like snapshot for each month where she can plan like colors and whatnot. I do use it for that. I like to plan what colors I'm using for the month because my themes are very color based. There is a concept, but it's also colors. So I plan the colors, I plan what pens specifically I'm using. So if I ever want to go back to that pen, I know what I used. Also, I try not to use the same colors again. Like once I start using blue and purple in my journal, I will not stop. So this is also a way of ensuring that I am exploring different colors, different pens, different options, different textures, etc. So that's where the themes from the previous page also comes into play, because I can just refer to them, plot them for a specific month, Bob's your uncle. The other really good thing is that because I know what themes I'm doing for each month, my purchases become more intentional. So let's say I know for January I want to do a beach theme. I have been researching for beach themed PET tapes, or beach themed, more like sea themed or ocean themed things. At least then I know whatever I'm buying is going to be used and not stored and stacked in my room for many years the way it's currently being done right now. On the other side is a new spread I'm trying out. It is also from Joshi Karan, but she called it 101 Things List. Something of sorts. She has different versions of it from all of the videos I've been binging. And it's a list where you just jot down your sudden thoughts. There's no rules to it. It's just random reflections, things I don't want to forget, or ideas that pop out of nowhere. So she did 101 things, but I just used whatever space that was available to me. So it's on this page and the behind page, and whatever fits in there, fits in there. I will have this in the next journal of the year as well. For the spread, I used a Tory tape from Notebook Therapy yet again. It's from the Tory washi tape set that I purchased many years ago. And I used the same newspaper washi with a sticker of a cat for some reason. I don't own a cat, but these stickers are pretty cool. I used a dark grey for the second line highlights. I wished I'd used the lighter grey, which I will use on the reverse side of this page. And also just remembered the reason why I'm keeping the plastic on all of the headings after I've ironed it on with the easy press is because I'm waiting for it to cool down. And at the end I'll actually go and remove that plastic, and then we will see. It's gonna be so cool. On the reverse side, I'm just using the actual correct grey, but I did want to use the sticker because I felt like this, it needed some pizzazz. And I found this paper again from Temu, the sticker probably from Temu as well, and I used another tape from that Tory washi tape set. This next spread is something for me. It's a wish list. So it's for the things I want, not impulsive buys, but intentional ones. If I still want something after a few months, I know it's worth it. Also, sometimes I just get bored and I want to buy things. So at least I can refer to this and figure out, okay, this is actually what I want or needed for a very long time. Let me get that. It has come in handy before. It helped me reduce the amount of purchases I make or the amount of unnecessary things that I do for a year. So this is very much a very important spread to me. For decoration, I'm using this clear PET tape from the Tory washi tape yet again. And that wish list heading, we shall see how that ended up coming out. It's very sad. Spoiler alert. We're going onto the other side, which is going to be the gift list. It's very similar. When I have ideas for gifts for different people that I need to buy for, I just jot them down. So I'm not like last minute buying whatever, getting like a lotion pack, actually buying something with thought. So that's the whole point here. It has helped me in the past as well. I make like small little portions on the page for each person's birthday, and I just jot down whatever I remember throughout life, what they would want, or if they're dropping hints, then I write that down there. Then I get the best price, and it's such a nice place to make intentional purchases, and they give a gift with thought and appreciation, you know. On this page, it's my notes page. It's actually the last page for this setup. Can you believe? I'm again using a tape from the Tory washi tape set from Notebook Therapy. Essentially, this is a brain dump. A lot of people don't like the word brain dump. I love the word brain dump. I don't know why. It's just that I couldn't fit it on this page. It was a bit too big with the font of the Cricut foil, Inon, vinyl, HTV, whatever it's called. And I'm just adding these stickers from the sticker roll that was included in that 2024 lucky bag as well. The stickers that I used on the gift list page was part of the washi tape set that was included in that lucky bag as well. It's just that the PET tape, you actually have to cut it out, but the stickers that was included, you didn't, or it could be the other way around. I found that the 2024 lucky bag actually had a lot of horse stuff that was very relevant to this year, so it was perfect. Now it's the fun part. It's where I can try to lift the backing paper up, but here's the sticky wicky. The vinyl didn't want to come off nicely, or rather the vinyl didn't iron on nicely. Winds did, but it was bubbling, so I had to go back with the iron on, with the press, and just do a last minute press on it without the backing paper, and that actually came out much better. It looked so much more secure. And thankfully Shark Week was okay, but resolutions didn't. The R just kept lifting, so I was a bit worried there. I ironed it again, and I went back and ironed it after this. I think it needed more time to cool down. I think that was the issue with a lot of these titles. Because the font was thicker, it needed more time to cool down. I kept ironing the crap out of it because I thought the issue was that I didn't iron it properly. No, the issue was that it needed to cool down a lot more. But in future, I think using a smaller font as well would help. Now, this is the sad spread I tried here. The stats per month did not want to stick. I'm not sure if it was because it's on top of the washi tape and that surface wasn't the greatest, but I have ironed this so many times. Random letters kept lifting up, and eventually you'll see what happens. I had to remove per month and just make it stats. The theme ideas came out very nicely though. At this point, I was just getting very tired, so I said YOLO and couldn't do what I can as much as possible. I'd rather iron it once the backing paper is off, so at least I can get the letter to come off, like how the S came off there. And it seems that when I iron it without the backing paper, it actually stays, so that's an idea. I also feel like gift list and notes and wish list needed a little bit more time to cool down because I just did them now. At least that came out now. The tea is still bubbling in the second tea in thoughts, but it's fine. Amidst the chaos, you know, it still came out so good. It's so pretty. I wish you could see it through my eyes. This camera doesn't do it justice, but the reflection of it came out like proper foil. And I want to find a nice font. The thicker font is good, but yeah, it's just a bit difficult. Here's the sad thing. I don't know what happened here. Like when I put the butcher paper on, it was fine. When I took the butcher paper off, it was not. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to try this. I'm just going to take it off and replace the letters with these gold letter stickers that I bought at P&A. The red of the previous iron-on heading was so much better, but because now Wishlet is a lot lighter, I added a red box around it just to balance the colors. We are back at fixing stats per month. Also at this point, I'm thinking, why did I want to name this header stats per month? It seems too long. I could have just said monthly stats. I don't know why. Okay. This did the same thing Wishlist did, but I was like, okay, maybe it needs to cool down, so I'm using my typo small little fan, and it just got worse. The things came off. Month got smudged. I managed to resuscitate the A in stats, but everything else had to go. So now stats per month became stats. Very lonely, very sad. You win some, you lose some, hey, as long as we're learning. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me, which was supposed to be slow journaling, but ended up being a Cricut monster session. I would say I have tried out the foil in my reading journal and it came out much better, but that's another monster video to edit, so might be just over an hour. But oh my god, look how good it looks. I'm so excited for this year, and I'm excited to be consistent and just pausing a lot more. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time in another video or on Instagram. Bye bye.